Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the match preview. Again, it's a light match preview. It's pre-season. Everton are playing Blackburn Rovers at Ewood Park in what will be a tougher fixture than what Accrington was tough. But Walsall beat Aston Villa, I think, in the pre-season, the first pre-season game. So there you go. So maybe a draw at Accrington was all right. Now, what was a tough game at Accrington the other night, the first one? This will be a step up. Blackburn, obviously, a couple of leagues higher, decent side, and will put up a test for Everton, James.
Yeah, definitely. I think going into that first one, as much as people are disappointed that it was a draw, it wasn't really the best performance. I think it's been ages since they've played together, and I think it's just getting that fitness back up. And I think come the start of the season, our team will look not unlike how that team looks now. So I wasn't too worried about it, and I just thought it was just an alright performance. It wasn't anything. Yeah, just a fitness game where it.
When you stepped away, Everton could have probably scored 7 goals the other night. Yeah. If you think about it, their keeper was really good. He was really good. And they could have scored. It could have been about 7-4. They could have scored about 4. Listen, that's what it was. It was. I think you'd always go into I do. I always go into these games thinking, we'll knock it. But the reality is, we never play like that. No. Erding is our greatest ever pre-season game. 22-0. Wow. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. No. But
we peaked.
We peaked there. That was it. But it was the first minutes in the legs. Blackburn, as Accrington will be 9 or 10 days ahead of Everton in pre-season, so they will be that little bit sharper. Their league starts the week before, so they're building up to that. And like I say, they beat Accrington 2-1 last week, so they'll have stepped up again from what they did last week, and Everton will have to be right on it, won't they? But going into the game, we would expect, would we not, Jordan Pickford and Mark Travers to maybe play half a game each?
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting because I know there's been a lot of people sort of complaining about how Tyler performed, and I think it's a bit harsh because it was just a one-off game, and it was poor defending for their goal, but it happens. But I think if you've spent 4 million on a backup keeper when we need lots of money to spend around the squad, then there must be a plan in mind for him. And I know articles came out saying Moyes wanted a keeper who's going to challenge Pickford, and we've seen how that's been beneficial to him before under Ancelotti when he came in, and Pickford was sort of in like shaky form, and then it was Olsen where we started playing Olsen, and then that's where Pickford really made leaps and then became as solid as he is now and has been key to us. So I think having someone like Travers in can only really be positive, because João Virginia and Begovic ultimately weren't challenging him too much. They've had moments, João Virginia especially last season, where he had good games, but like Travers has had top level experience in a way. So I think hopefully you get to see them both, because if not, you wait until probably the Carabao Cup before you see Travers get like proper game time in an Everton shirt.
I don't know. I think he'll play. I think he'll play in the summer series as well. I mean, it depends, doesn't it? But it'd be a bit. It would be, for me, it'd be a bit pointless just playing Pickford every game. Do you know what I mean? It's like, we know Jordan Pickford's great. Yeah. And he's been key to Everton in the Premier League because of the likes of because of Jordan Pickford. Over the last few years, he's been fantastic, brilliant again last season. So the manager knows what he's going to do, and I think that might be more key had Everton needed had Everton got a new right back and a new left back, or a centre back and to get used to how they play. But the back four all know each other with Pickford. That's Everton's back four. And Jordan will play, there's no doubt about it. But I think Travers will get a bit of game time in the States. I don't know whether he'll play. He might play. Who knows? He might play him against Bournemouth and go ahead, your old team, let's play the game. I don't know how it'll be with the subs. Can't remember if it's a loose thing with the subs. With the summer series, it might be. I can't remember.
You'd imagine it with pre-season.
So therefore, it wouldn't surprise me if they done half games. And then against Roma, it'll be Pickford, and then we go. But Jordan will get games in. Absolutely, he will. But it'd be good to see for the Evertonians to see Travers, and obviously he only signed on sort of Tuesday. It was confirmed Tuesday morning. To have a day or two training when that. So I know we were sort of talking before the Accrington game saying he'd probably be in the squad tonight. He wasn't, so it's fine. So therefore, I'd expect him to play tomorrow, and Jordan only come back Monday, but I would still expect him to play as well. So I think it's a good opportunity for the manager to give those lads half a game each, give the likes of yourself the first taste of seeing Travers in an Everton shirt up close, so that'll be good. Moving up, Iliman and Gueye and Idrissa Gueye only came back Monday from, they got an extended break along with Jordan because of the international football. But they've had a week to the testing was Monday, and then they were training Tuesday, and then obviously with the first team Wednesday. So I'd expect them in the squad as well tomorrow, and I think it might only be they get sort of 20 minutes at the end, 25 minutes, just to get the shirt back on, get back out with the lads on the pitch in advance of building up for the United States, which the club, Everton leave for on Monday, I think it is, to go off to the US on Monday. So would you expect them to be in the squad and to be used at Ewood Park tomorrow?
Yeah, I think to me, this game sort of feels like the last pre-season game before we start pre-season. And then when we go to America, that's like your proper pre-season then. And so I think you're right. I don't think they'll start, but I think they'll probably both get, like the last like half an hour, 20 minutes, just to sort of get them back in sort of the team. And I think pointing out them players, you look at sort of the ones that were missing from the Accrington game, and it was, Pickford, Tarkowski, Gueye and Gueye. And you'd argue if you're looking through Everton's spine, they're probably the four most valuable for each sort of segment. So
well, with that, but Branthwaite, I think people would kick back at you.
No, I know, but you look at sort of Tarkowski being the captain and sort of what he brings.
The key. It's the key, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just the little, the key.
You want to try and get them back in so they're all ready for the Premier League in America.
Two questions. How important is it that Everton get a result tomorrow? Firstly, and how important is the summer series to you, just looking ahead to it?
Yeah. So tomorrow, it's not too important that we get a result. I think it's more just about you start to see something like happen. You start to see the players be a bit more like alert, a bit more quality on the ball, because I think there's a little bit of sloppiness against Accrington. It's just seeing that the training has been
go up a level sort of thing. And
so, but obviously I don't want Everton getting beat like 4-0, because then that is worrying if we're getting beat 4, even if it is pre-season. But I think if you just have a performance like, it was a good performance, we had some good moments, and maybe we didn't score all of them, like the Accrington one, we could have scored 7 on the day. It's something like that again, then it's not too bad. And then looking to America, I think it's interesting because every time a pre-season comes around, my dad always like has this conversation with me, goes like, we've had some awful pre-seasons, then we started the league great, and then we've had some bad ones, and then like vice versa and stuff. So I think because it's Premier League opposition, I want them to perform well, and I want them to do well, because that's where you're sort of going to get a taste. Look at the teams we're playing in: West Ham, Bournemouth, Man United as well. And I feel like for the position that we're going to be competing for in the actual league, they're going to be the teams ultimately that I think we're going to be challenging for, like maybe pushing into that European spot, or at least getting close into the top 10. Judging by last season, but West Ham new manager and losing Kudus and Paqueta, Bournemouth losing basically the whole defence and potentially the attack, and then Man United are always just a bit weird, aren't they? So who knows what they'll do. And so I think if we go out and we get battered every game, then I'm worried. But it's not like the end of the world if we don't win everything, but I'd like to see solid performances and at least a few wins. And
it'd be lovely, wouldn't it, tomorrow? It'd be lovely tomorrow for you to go there, and for everyone watching as well. And Everton's end sold out again. Tried to get me and Zach one, and it was sold out and all that. It'd be lovely to see Everton go and win the game now. And I know it doesn't really matter. It's pre-season, it doesn't matter. But I always think it gives you that little lift. It's winning's a habit, and it can start. And it's not being the same. Pre-seasons where we've been rubbish have battered it off as it's just pre-season. Pre-season games where we've won loads, I've still battered it off as it's just pre-season. But I know which one I prefer. I prefer us winning, because it creates that momentum, I think. And then going into the summer series, we're playing 3 tricky games, but also when I look at it, they're also 3 teams that you just go, we beat all 3 of them. We can beat all 3 of them, because we could have been in it with Chelsea and Newcastle and Manchester.
It was like we were playing Arsenal and stuff.
Oh, that, you know what I mean? It was difficult. Now, I'm not saying Everton will beat Bournemouth, West Ham and United, of course. There'll be 3 difficult games, because they are. and they've still got decent players and all that, but at least we've
to
got
compete, haven't we?
But tomorrow, definitely, I think I want to see Everton get on that front foot. I want to see the passing much sharper and crisper than it was at Accrington, because that was a lovely pitch and it had been raining. We should have been popping it round. And I listened to Michael Keane after the game, and he was like, we had, you know, double session on Monday, and they trained on Tuesday morning, and they did look a little bit leggy in the night, some of the players. So obviously we won't train tomorrow morning, so the players should be fresh going into it. Blackburn are going to give us a challenge. Absolutely, they are. You know, they're a decent. I've seen them last year in the FA Cup. They're a decent side. They're a good side. They'll be looking to try to get in them playoffs and get back into the Premier League. So they'll be wanting to have a go as well. And no matter what anyone says, it's a step. You're playing the team in the league above. They're playing a Premier League team at home, so they'll want the scalp at the Premier League team. Yeah. But for Everton, we have, you know, we finished the season brilliantly. We're going to have in the squad, like you just said, well, Tarkowski we don't know about. He's been running and he's been joining in. I don't know whether the manager will just leave him for another week and maybe start introducing him back into the summer series. But everybody else, apart from Decore, was involved in the Premier League towards the end of the season. So Everton, you know, Tierno Barry, who we don't know if he's back at Finch Farm or whatever. Who knows?
Always in Greece.
He's in Greece with the greatest six-pack ever working out. So who knows? But he will obviously be on the plane to the States next week. So he's not going to be involved tomorrow, I don't think. Be amazed if he was, given he hasn't trained with them. So it'll be interesting to see what we do. The other night, there was a real bright spot the other night was, well, three, really. One called Harrison Armstrong, Isaac Heath, and obviously Justin Clark. So first and foremost, Harrison Armstrong, you impressed with him the other night? Obviously had a great loan. What did you make of his performance the other night?
I don't.
Or didn't he do enough for you the other night?
I just thought he didn't really stand out. That's what I thought. I didn't think he had a bad game.
No.
I thought, in my head and going online and stuff, I feel like he's been really hyped up that he's going to come in and be like this next level player, and sort of that's what I was expecting for him to really like take the game and.
But it was only the first.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't want to be too harsh and say, didn't know some, but yeah, he was just all right. I don't think he was doing anything too special, but
I thought Tim was the best out the midfield. Yeah. To be fair, that was my thought.
I thought he was progressing well with it, good with his feet. But with Harrison Armstrong, I think he was all right. He had a decent game, and hopefully we'll see more against Blackburn, and then he'll go to America and they'll get like a proper.
What I would say. And you're right, I sort of was, I wasn't disappointed with him, but I was hoping for a bit more, but it is the first one. But what I would say is, it wasn't like he looked like he didn't belong, by the way.
No, that's what I mean.
He was just in there, like,
he just fit in.
You know, Alcaraz was sound, but, you know, Armstrong was sort of like that, wasn't he? And then, obviously, the two young lads who did come on, and again, just for clarity, we aren't saying they should be in Everton's first team for the Premier League. But the other night, for half an hour, they were a real bright spot, weren't they? And obviously, Isaac Heath went on and won Everton a penalty, which obviously bets out the spats. So what did you make of them the other night? Do you think they will be involved tomorrow, or do you think with Gueye coming back and Jai coming? I call them Gueye then.
I was going to say that.
Made the two together with Iliman and Jai and Idrissa Gana Gueye coming back.
Yeah.
Do we think those lads will be involved tomorrow?
It's a weird one, isn't it? Because we just don't have anyone who can play on the right, and I thought Justin Clark, when he came on, I thought he looked really good. I thought he had a few nice moments where you know, he was dribbling well and got past the meg he done was lovely.
Absolutely.
And he looked rapid as well, and he linked up with that Tarman a few times quite nicely, which I thought was good. And I think, you know, I assumed that when we were playing against Accrington, that Dwight McNeil would be playing out on the right, but it sort of felt like he was playing more of a central role and he wasn't really out there. And you've seen, I don't know, Patterson bomb up a bit more.
And Alcaraz were tucked in, weren't they?
It was like more inverted. It was weird. And so I think if he does want that like out and out winger, then Justin Clark's got to be in with a shout, because he had a decent game and that's what we really can ask. And same with Isaac Heath, I thought when he came on he had loads of energy and he looked fast, and obviously he won the penalty. And I know they're two names that are quite like mentioned loads in the academy, that they both do look promising. And so same with Harrison Armstrong, maybe they're maybe a couple steps behind because they haven't had that sort of loan to the Championship yet, like Armstrong has, or loan to a different club. So I think we haven't really got many options out wide anyway. It's not like we're spoiled for choice, so we're going to be stopping one of our other players from playing. So I like to see them both have another go and see see what they're about a bit more, and then hopefully that opens the door to better loan opportunities for them to maybe to go to the Championship or go abroad or whatever. So yeah, hopefully they're both involved. And then
no, you're right, and it's a step up for them, lads. They played against the League 2 opposition the other night, done really well. Can you do it against Championship opposition? We will have good players, or is it? Are we going to see? Oh, look, you've still got a way to go because look, you've gone up a level against much better defenders than the other day. Can you do it? I think it'll be dead interesting. I think as well, they've got a really good chance of both being in it. Because I think some of the lads like Tara Onyango, and I don't expect to be in the squad tomorrow, but he was on the bench the other night. Well, there's rumours he's going to Stockport, but he was on the bench, a couple of others who didn't get on the other night. So when you factor in Idrissa and you factor in Iliman and Gueye back in, doesn't mean Isaac Heath and Justin Clark drop out, because it can be the others because they get on the pitch. So the manager might want to use that width and see whether they've got it. So I think it's going to be interesting, like you say. Blackburn be a tough game.
Absolutely.
Interesting game, and hopefully, I'm going to say I want Everton to win, and hopefully, let's 2-1. Who'd you go for starting, Beto or Chimity for you? Give Chimity another go, or start with Beto and maybe bring Chimity on? What do you think?
I think he starts with Beto, bring Chimity on. I think do the opposite and let because did Beto come on half time, or did he
come on at half time? He played Chimity off him for about 15 minutes, but that didn't really work.
Because once this finished, then they've got to compete with Tieno Barry as well. So then I don't know. Yeah, I reckon he starts with Beto
and then see where we go.
Yeah.
Gonna be a good game. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. Tough game, tricky game for Everton, but just a pre-season game. And what are you looking to see? If you're not bothered about the results, are you bothered about the result? Let us know. But if you're not bothered about the result, what do you want to see from the lads who are out there? Let us know in the comments section below. Give the video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. See you later.